In human history, no one has ever been able to hit a 1-inch punch other than Bruce Lee. It was Bruce Lee's specialty that he used to hit a punch from a distance of 1 inch and break a hard wooden board. He was so good at nunchaku that he used to play table tennis with nunchaku. He used to fly a matchstick in the air, spin the nunchaku and set it on fire. Despite being half the weight of Muhammad Ali, he had the same strength as Muhammad Ali's punch. Jackie Chan used to work as an extra in Bruce Lee's films. In 2011, an American couple bought his used coat for $77,000, which he wore in the 1973 film, Game of Death, Welcome to the Yesterday Wood. Have you ever seen someone playing table tennis with nunchaku? Or have you ever seen someone's punch or kick so fast that the cameraman could not even record it? The real speed of his fight should be as fast as a human eye. For recording, the speed of the kick and punch should be reduced. Whether it is about the fastest person in the world or the fastest person in the world, whether it is about playing karate or the amazing style, the king of the world of martial arts, Bruce Lee's name immediately comes to mind. There are very few people in the film world who are interested in martial arts who are not familiar with Bruce Lee's name. Bruce Lee can be called the king of martial arts. He was also a famous actor in Hollywood. Bruce Lee was born on November 27, 1940 in Chinatown, California, San Francisco. Bruce Lee's real name was Lee Yo-min Kim. His father's name was Lee Hua-kun and his mother's name was Grace Hu. It had only been a year since his parents moved to Hong Kong with him. In Hong Kong on Kimberland Road, a house number 41 became his residence, which is now being converted into a museum. After getting his primary education from here, he completed his graduation from the Central College of the University of Washington. Then in 1964, he married Linda Lee Catwilk, who gave birth to a son and a daughter. Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, was killed in a shooting of the film The Crow in 1993. When he was only 28 years old, his daughter, Shannon Lee, made a documentary on her father, in which she is presented as a star, a warrior, and a philosopher. Shannon Lee is the founder of the Bruce Lee Foundation in the United States. When Bruce Lee was born, according to the custom, the nurse named him Bruce. His father, Lee Hua-kun, was a famous Hong Kong actor who was always on the move due to his employment in an American company. In 1953, when he was only 13 years old, he started practicing kung fu, but his partner, Hawking Jung, said that Bruce Lee did not learn to fight in class, but he learned to fight in the streets. At the age of 20, he participated in street fights with great care. In fact, he also participated in the fights on the roofs of buildings. This was also a special hobby of his. Bruce Lee had a passion for martial arts since childhood. When he was 16 years old, there were a lot of theft incidents in his neighborhood. He was now catching thieves. During this time, he would make the fighting thieves helpless with his punches and kicks. Then the people of the area would hand over these bloody thieves to the police. When Bruce Lee's fame began to rise from these incidents, his father found out about his crimes. He got scared and tried to stop Bruce Lee, but Bruce Lee said that if a robber is running away with someone's stuff in front of me, then I can't stay quiet. He was fed up and his father sent him to America. Here he took admission in the university, and after a while, he started teaching martial arts on the ground. His style and popularity spread to all the students and the surrounding population, and people started looking at him with respect. His fame was becoming such a player who did not know how to eat defeat. Such an incident happened during the shooting of his film, when, according to the script, he had to lose a fight, but Bruce Lee refused. When the producer and director insisted, Bruce Lee threatened to leave the film and challenged the other player to a fight other than the film, that if you defeat me, then I will lose for the film scene too. Bruce Lee could not tolerate the word defeat. Finally, by changing the script, the fight in the film was over without any defeat. Bruce Lee was an excellent martial arts player who created the craze for kung fu in the world of film. He used to do 5,000 punches, 1,000 kicks, 8 kilometers running and 15 kilometers cycling every day. According to his wife Linda, he was crazy about martial arts. Bruce Lee fell in love with martial arts as well as acting after his first TV serial, The Green Hornet. Bruce Lee not only became an expert in martial arts, but also became an expert in acting. Bruce Lee showed his skills in kung fu in the world of film and created a new and interesting style. At the end of the 60s, Bruce Lee was influenced by martial arts. So actors like Steve McCoven and James Carpenter chose him as their trainer. During this time, Bruce Lee also became interested in films and short films. During this time, he also played small and big roles in TV serials and films. In 1979, he also opened a training center to teach martial arts in Chinatown, Los Angeles. This year, he also played a small role in a film called Marlowe. In 1971, he played a leading role in a film called Big Boss. It was a Chinese film. And because of this film, Bruce Lee became famous all over the world. After this, Bruce Lee earned a lot of fame. In the same year, in 1971, he came to Hong Kong and decided to make his own film Fist of Fury. This film proved to be a super hit. Bruce Lee was so good at his art that his kick speed was so fast that while editing the film, the director had to slow down the speed of his kick and punch so that people could see it properly. In 1972, in the film Way of Dragon, Bruce Lee proved his talent. In this film, Bruce Lee was not only seen as an actor, but he was also the script writer and director of this film, and he also played an important role as a fight director. After the success of the film Way of Dragon, Warner Brothers was so impressed with Bruce Lee's acting and ability that they made a film called Enter the Dragon. But unfortunately, 3 weeks before the release of this film, Bruce Lee died on July 20, 1973. After his death, when this film was released, it waved flags of success at the box office. Bruce Lee's short career impressed people a lot, and in the other documentaries made on him, his philosophy about martial arts has an impact. Bruce Lee worked in his film career only in selected films, but in the film in which he worked, his hard work, dedication and passion were clearly visible. Because of these qualities, Bruce Lee Asia is counted as such an actor whose ability no one has ever been able to match. In the film Enter the Dragon, released in 1973, Kung Fu legend Bruce Lee was seen for the last time. The film did a great business. The total budget of this film was $8.5 lakh, but surprisingly, it earned $400 million. It is still counted as one of the most businessful films. Till date, in human history, no one has been able to punch 1 inch other than Bruce Lee. This was the quality of Bruce Lee that he used to punch from a distance of 1 inch and break a hard wooden board. And he used to punch a healthy man from a distance of 1 inch and make him fall far. If you have seen these videos in which Bruce Lee is demonstrating a 1-inch punch, then you will also be surprised, because these videos are available on YouTube. If you haven't seen it, then do watch it. Apart from this, there are also videos on YouTube in which Bruce Lee used to catch small grains of rice in the air with chopsticks. He was so good at nunchaku that he used to play table tennis with nunchaku. He used to blow a matchstick in the air, turn the nunchaku and set the matchstick on fire. He was an expert in doing push-ups with the help of a finger and a thumb. Despite being half the weight of the great boxer Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee had as much power as Muhammad Ali's punches. One of his life's unfulfilled desires was to fight. Muhammad Ali, today's famous fighter and actor. Jackie Chan used to work as an extra in Bruce Lee's films. In one of his films, his scene was of 2 punches, 1 kick and even getting his hair caught. He was also fond of reading. He had more than 2,000 books in his library. Despite being a dangerous fighter, he used to keep his latest gun, Magnum, to protect himself. Despite being a dangerous fighter and an excellent athlete, Bruce Lee was not successful. In the 1960s, Bruce Lee used to pay $275 for an hour of private martial arts classes or coaching. Today's $2,500 is charged for an hour. Bruce Lee was also a poet. There are a few poems written by Bruce Lee in the book Tao of Jeet Kune Do. At the age of 17, Bruce Lee won the first prize in a boxing match between 12 schools in Hong Kong, and he won the match easily, despite the fact that he had never learned boxing from anyone. Apart from moving his hands and feet, he also had a great sense of humor. His close friends say that when he was in the mood, he used to have a lot of fun making his friends laugh. In his life, Bruce Lee had also ordered a gold Rolls-Royce. Unfortunately, it was delivered after his death. Bruce Lee, the greatest martial artist of the film world, died on July 20, 1972, at the age of 32. Due to his death at such a young age, he was considered to be immortal, and he is still considered to be immortal, after which many strange theories were read and heard about his death. A few years ago, a new research showed the possible cause of Bruce Lee's death. The research claimed that Bruce Lee's death was due to drinking a lot of water. For this purpose, researchers analyzed the facts related to Bruce Lee's death. The famous actor had a headache after drinking water at 7:30 p.m. on the day of his death, after which he took a painful medicine. 2 hours later, he was found dead. After his death, post-mortem revealed that Bruce Lee's brain had swollen. As a result, it was found that his death was due to a malignant reaction to the medicine. However, in the Clinical Kidney Journal, it was found that Bruce Lee took this medicine after having a headache and dizziness. As a result, it was found that his brain had swollen before taking the medicine. According to the researchers, the thought was that the brain swelling was actually due to hyponatremia. The kidney's inability to filter the excess water was the cause of Bruce Lee's death. Bruce Lee's wife and doctors had told that the actor had limited himself to only carrots and apple juice. This type of food can also increase the risk of hyponatremia. Hyponatremia occurs when a person drinks a lot of water in a short period of time, and the kidneys are unable to filter this water. However, there are no evidence that proves that Bruce Lee did this. According to some researchers, Bruce Lee's death was due to the inactivity of the kidneys, because the kidneys were unable to control the excess fluid. Bruce Lee was not only a good martial artist, but also a great dancer. Before his filmy career, he had won a special dance competition in Hong Kong. Famous martial artist Bruce Lee is still dominating the hearts of people after his death. His used items are being auctioned for millions of dollars. The film made on his life has achieved great success. In 2011, his used coat was bought by an American couple for $77,000. The coat was worn in the 1973 film Game of Death. Bruce Lee's 2-page letter was also auctioned for $40. In Hong Kong, he wrote this to his friend Dickie Kimura in 1966. Even today, Bruce Lee's magic is dominating the hearts of the new generation. When we talk about the god of martial arts, we can only talk about Bruce Lee because no one else could replace him after half a century. Bruce Lee is still the king of kung fu, king of karate, king of martial arts.